The holidays are coming. It's time to deck the halls, sip some hot cocoa, and of course, rock those fabulous ugly Christmas sweaters. Now, whether you're looking to create one for yourself or spice up your store catalog, we've got you covered. In this video, we'll give you the design tips you need to create your custom ugly Christmas sweater. But here's the thing, I'm not exactly known for my design skills, so I asked for help from a true POD design pro, Mey Aroyo. I'm challenging Mey to put her design skills to the test and create an ugly Christmas sweater using Printful's All-Over Print Unisex Sweatshirt. Not only will she share her design tips with you, but she'll also create a unique sweatshirt just for me. So, Mey, do you accept my ugly Christmas sweater design challenge?
Challenge accepted. Hi everyone, my name is Mey Aroyo and I'm a content creator here on YouTube, and I'm in love with Printful, with patterns, with all-over print items. But believe it or not, I actually never ordered the all-over print sweatshirt from Printful, so I'm actually really excited to be making this video on that specific item. And I'm not just going to design one ugly Christmas sweatshirt in this video, I'm actually going to design 3, and I'm going to use a little bit of different techniques with each and every one of them just to make it interesting and to give you guys more options for your designs. The first design I'm going to make is actually going to be pretty basic. I'm going to use 3 different seamless patterns that are Christmas themed that I made myself using Procreate. As you can see them on the screen right now, 2 of them are gingerbread cookies, with one of them being bright, one of them being dark, and the other one is kind of this like Santa pattern. And they're all seamless, which means if you use the pattern effect on them, they will be tiled to cover a larger space, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm heading on over to Printful, where I have the all-over print sweatshirt already open to be designed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brighter color pattern of those gingerbread cookies and I'm going to put it at the front of the sweatshirt. And of course, don't forget to hit the pattern option with the 1:1 ratio pattern, the simple pattern. And I'm actually creating a gap of minus 0.01 to avoid these white lines that somehow appear, and I don't want them to be appearing in the end result. Next up, I'm taking the darker pattern of those gingerbread cookies and doing pretty much the same thing, just on the back of the all-over print sweatshirt. And as for the sleeves, I'm going to be using the Santa pattern, again, making it smaller, using the pattern, choosing minus 0.01 for the pattern gap to avoid these white lines, and duplicating the exact same thing to the other sleeve. I feel like the design is not yet done, even though it's an all-over print design and it's kind of finished. I do want to have a little bit more emphasis on the edges of the design, which means the bottom of the sweatshirts, the collar of the sweatshirts, and the sleeves, or let's call it the wrist area of our sleeves. And for that, I just went to Canva, opened a 5000 by 5000 pixels design, simply colored the space in black, and downloaded it. It's actually pretty simple. And the black parts simply go into the sleeve area of the design, just the wrist area, as well as the collar area of the design and the bottom area of the design. Now, if the bottom area is a bit more stretched, I do want to make sure that the DPI is not too low or it's not going to get blurry. So I'm going to make it smaller and pattern it using the horizontal line pattern, which means to create a row, and of course minus 0.01 as my gap. And just like that, my first design is complete. For the second design, I want to do something that I've seen people do online so much, and it's kind of like these pixelated Christmas graphics, which, believe it or not, actually Canva has loads of them. And I want to create this kind of lines, like different line effect on top of the design. And so I'm heading back to Canva, and I started first with the elements grid and just placing these blank images and coloring them with different colors of Christmas, because I want these colors to be saved whenever I click on something on Canva, and it's going to show me the color palette existing in this design. And now I'm going to design 4 different canvases. The first one is a pixelated snowman, and it's going to be on a yellow background because I thought that the color combination would fit that best. And then for the second one, I actually took a square from Canva and raised it up to basically divide my square into 2 parts. The first one, the upper one, is green and it has a yellow gift on it and some snowflakes, and the lower part is red with white reindeers. The following square, I also divided it to up and down using a square. Top part is white and it has a Christmas tree on it, pixelated of course, and the bottom part is black with yellow snowflakes. Moving on to my last square for today, it's going to be green and it has a yellow reindeer. As I said, I'm going to build like a grid of different layers on Printful, and the reason why I split 2 of these squares and not just created 6 different squares is because you can have only 5 different layers per a design, so I can't really have 6. Also, if I'm going to have 5, I won't be able to duplicate anything to a different placement. So 4 is the golden number if you want to duplicate things to the back or to different areas like sleeves. Heading back to Printful because we actually have to put all of these together on the sweatshirt. And what I did here is basically take an element and then click on the pattern of the row. So it fills out a full row, but not the entire design. And of course, minus 0.01 for the space to avoid the white lines. And then I just continued doing it with everything, with all of these 4 designs stacked up on top of each other, duplicating all of them, of course, to the back of the sweatshirt to create this unanimous look, and of course adjusting them accordingly if I want them to appear to be in the same size or in the same space in terms of height. Now I did want to have a background color. This is something that's going to fill up the collar area and the bottom area as well as generally the sleeves, and I chose that to be yellow because we're designing an ugly Christmas sweatshirt, not a nice Christmas sweatshirt. So yeah, I went with yellow and then duplicated these layers onto the sleeves, the right one and the left one. However, now I'm not aligning them in the same way that they're aligned on the front and the back, but I'm using a different alignment. I'm kind of mixing it up so that every part, the front, the back, plus the sleeve, right and left, they all kind of look different from each other. I just have to stop here and say that designing an ugly Christmas anything was always kind of a mind buster for me. I mean, you're a designer and now you have to design something ugly on purpose. I feel like it's kind of like being a singer and singing off tune on purpose. So even though I think that this design is completely horrendous, I guess it's achieving the goal in some way. Can't you guys challenge me to designing something pretty? Last but not least, because I said I'm going to design 3 different designs, I decided to do something with a cactus as if the cactus was a Christmas tree. And I'm also going to use some of those pixelated elements from Canva, only this time I'm using them with a transparent background, not with a background. And the design process goes like this. You go into the All-Over Print sweatshirt and place the cactus in front of the sweatshirt. It's going to be only on the front area. And then the back color fill, dark red. I thought it would be fitting out of all of the Christmas colors with this cactus. Then the back, the same fill. Notice that I checked off doing this fill for everything because again, the front and the back are going to be red, but for the sleeves, I want them to be yellow, the right sleeve and the left sleeve. Now, looking at this, it's not ugly enough. It's not. You guys asked me to design something ugly, so I need to put more effort into this one. I'm uploading a green blank element the same way that I did the black one in the previous design, and this is going to be for the bottom of the sweatshirt, of course with the repeat button to make it into a row, a horizontal line with minus 0.01 spacing, duplicating the same thing into the back, and of course duplicating again for the same placement for the collar, the top area, and the back as well. As for the front, I'm not going to leave it just with the cactus. I actually got one of those pixelated snowflakes in white, and I'm putting them on the design and patterning them, I like that word, patterning them with a half drop pattern. It makes it look a little bit more aesthetic, like the half brick versus the normal grid, and of course playing around with it a little bit to make sure that it looks good, that there are enough snowflakes behind the cactus and not just like 9. But the design is not finished for the front, it just looks horrible now. Not ugly on purpose, but horrible. So what I did is to take the layer of the snowflakes and push it down to be behind all of the other layers. And then I went to the right sleeve where I uploaded the pixelated green snowflake without a background, made it smaller, clicked on the half drop pattern, basically the same thing I did with the snowflakes on the top, and made sure it is adjusted and looks good, and duplicated the entire thing into the left sleeve. Then I took the same red color that was in the front of the sweater, that was the background of the sweater. I took the actual HTML code back into Canva to create a square that is just in that color, downloaded that square, uploaded to Printful to place it on the wrist area of both sleeves. As for the back, I thought at the beginning to put in the same white snow that I have in the front, but I wanted to create something more unique, so I went back to Canva and actually created again on the 5000 by 5000 pixel 4 different pixelated elements in bright colors and downloaded them without a background, transparent PNG files, and placed them on the back. And of course, patterned it on the back. And that was me creating the third print-on-demand all-over print ugly Christmas sweatshirt. So to sum up what I've done, I made 3 ugly Christmas all-over print sweatshirts. The first one was again using 3 different seamless patterns and of course the black line so I can differentiate the color, and the bottom and the sleeves. The second one, the pixelated vibe with rows of different patterns, deck the rows with patterns of pixelated graphics. And the third one with the cactus Christmas tree and a bunch of different patterns. I feel like it was kind of like born from the first one, but yeah, these are the 3 designs that I made, but I only want one of these designs. So after saving all of them as templates, I ordered one of them for myself. And now all I have to do is wait for it to arrive. And when I say wait for it to arrive, I mean me, because you guys do not have to wait for it to arrive, because it's going to arrive in 3, 2, 1. It's here! My ugly Christmas sweatshirt is here, and I just have to say I love working with Printful for the reason of, well, my location. I live in Bansko, Bulgaria, and Printful has a fulfillment center in Latvia, so things come here actually very quickly. Yes, maybe they're not coming here in 3 seconds, you do have to manufacture the item and ship it, but usually when I order from Printful, I get the items within a week or a week and a half if they're coming from the Latvia fulfillment center, which is the case with this one, and I'm super happy that it's here. But I didn't just order this for myself, I actually ordered this for Liz from Printful as well. So let's get back to Liz, and she will reveal the design that I chose. And of course, tell me what she thinks about it, and did I succeed in the all-over print ugly Christmas sweatshirt challenge?
All right, everyone, it's finally here. Mey sent me her ugly Christmas sweatshirt, and I am dying to see what she came up with. Okay, what's going on here? What? Okay, this is awesome. This is actually incredible. And the sleeves. What? And there's reindeer on there? This is so good. Challenge accomplished. Mey, you've truly outdone yourself. This is exactly what I was hoping for in a Christmas sweater that's both festive and funny. And the little smiley Christmas cactus is killing me. A huge thank you to Mey for sharing her design expertise and creating this awesome sweatshirt. I hope her tips inspired you to create your own. Now, Mey, it's your turn to show off your ugly Christmas sweatshirt.
I'm officially ready for Christmas. I can't stop laughing. I really like this. It's really big. I ordered it size XL. I don't like when things are too tight, or especially like with the hands, and I'm always like nervous because my hands are very long, but ta-da! I love this. Like most sweatshirts are like this. This sweatshirt quality is actually pretty good. I'm definitely gonna wear this for the Christmas party that we have here. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this triple design quick tutorial on how to design the ugly Christmas sweatshirt with Printful. Thank you so much for watching, and of course thank you Printful for inviting me to your channel to do this really cool challenge. Have a happy November, December, New Year, Christmas 2025 and everything. I'm sticking with this. I'm staying like this. I'm staying like this all day.